Welcome to TFN Smart Trading Action Alert. I'm Laura Cadden. Interest in investing in green technology stocks is soaring. One area we've frequently discussed here on TFN is the trading and investment potential related to the recent focus on hybrid engines, especially as more stringent regulations are being established for emissions from vehicles owned by private citizens across the United States. But what about the commercial vehicle market? All those buses and trucks that emit the carbon-laden diesel fumes we all labor through during rush hour. Joining me today is Ann Sosnowski, Chief Strategist of Diligent Investor Microcap Hot Sheet. She has uncovered a microcap that is set to corner the market on bringing large parts of the U.S. commercial fleet up to new standards. And she believes investors will be rewarded with potential gains of 200% by 2009. Welcome, Ann.
Thank you very much, Laura.
So, I just read your special report that you issued to your readers of Diligent Investor Microcap Hot Sheet.
Right.
You just call it Microcap Hot Sheet, right?
Microcap Hot Sheet.
Much easier. Now, do you really think this stock is going to do 200% gains by 2009?
I really do. In fact, recently the stock moved about 50% in the last week and a half when I originally gave it to current Microcap Hot Sheet subscribers. So it's already about 1/4 there. I anticipate, 200% is a conservative target. Now, this company is really the only company doing hybrid engines for commercial vehicles, for buses, for school buses and commercial buses, also trucks and vans. And what it has a proprietary technology, and it's primarily a drop-in engine that works with any kind of vehicle, whether it be electric or diesel or fuel cell. And you just drop it into the vehicle and it becomes a hybrid vehicle. And actually the most amazing thing is that these vehicles with charge-sustaining batteries, they're smaller batteries, can actually get 50% more fuel efficiency from these engines. And ones that are charge-depleting actually have 100% fuel efficiency. It's like running on completely electric.
So that competitive edge that this company has then is the retrofitting capability rather than having to replace these engines
Absolutely, yeah. It's considered retrofit because you pretty much, they order the engine depending on what kind of vehicle it is. They drop it into the engine, and there's no changes that have to be made to the rest of the automobile. I mean, there's no changes to the dashboard or controls or any of that kind of stuff. It kind of runs, you drop it in about 15 to 30 minutes and it's running. The great thing about these is that they're being used right now in a trial with school buses across the United States. Now, this is good for two reasons. One, our school buses run all day long. They're always on the roads, and they really they cost a lot of money. And if these companies can get a lot more fuel efficiency out of these school buses, then it's better for them. Additionally, we have a lot of young children that are starting to learn about this alternative energy trend. For a long time, it was a fad. And now all of a sudden you have school buses that are taking these children, and these school buses are hybrid, and they're teaching them to be green, to be socially conscious. And these are the children that are going to grow up and continue this trend.
So what kind of cost is this per vehicle to retrofit? I mean, how does this translate into savings for businesses?
Well, I was looking, this company created engines for some Chinese commercial buses. The engines cost only about $10,000 per unit. To buy a hybrid commercial bus, it costs about $70,000. So you already have the $60,000 savings for these companies that are buying these retrofit, putting them into their existing buses, putting them into their existing trains. And at the same time, during the course of this vehicle running on that engine, they're saving 50% more money on fuel. It's low emission. It's low noise. It's just, there's so many advantages to this kind of engine.
Now, you've mentioned China. What other countries is this, besides the United States, clearly, right, and China, where else are they?
Well, currently they are working with a large electric car company to create zero emissions batteries. These batteries are going to be in the first multi-ton, completely zero emission trucks and vans in Europe. Now, this is absolutely huge because for a while in Europe they kind of relied on diesel to be a little bit more fuel efficient, and now they're going to be able to have these zero emissions engines and cars out on the roads in Europe. And a lot of the European countries are so close together that a lot of the transportation is done across country lines. So this is going to be a really good thing for Europe, especially.
What kind of clients does this company already have on board?
Well, I don't really want to name some of these large companies. However, they do have a deal with an American company that has the second largest fleet of vans and trucks. They're the ones that are on the roads all the time. They're testing, this company is testing 2 or 3 of this microcap company's engines to see if they work and fulfill all of the advantages that they say that they do. And once that happens, they will probably have follow-on orders. Now, once this company that has the second largest fleet starts making those orders, the company with the first largest fleet, and you might be able to find this if you Google it a little bit, but they will most likely follow on the heels of that company and start doing some testing and start ordering.
Well, speaking of potential, if you look at the balance sheets for this company right now, they are not seeing a profit. You are really betting, your forecast is based on its potential.
Absolutely. Well, before this company hasn't actually come out with their first quarter earnings yet. However, I mentioned before that the stock has jumped about 50% in the last week. The company came out with a preliminary news report that said that they had sold about $6 million worth of units of these engines. That's huge considering that they haven't really sold many, and a lot of them have been in testing phases. So you have companies that are finally jumping on the green bandwagon. They're saying, you know, we really need to save money, but we can't afford to buy a bunch of hybrid vehicles. They're seeing this company and saying, well, here's our alternative. Here's an option that we can do to save money. Even though the company isn't showing a lot of profits, Microcap Hot Sheet, this is one of the ways that we get into stocks very early on. It's a company that is in a trend, has proprietary technology that no one else is doing. The trend is continuing to grow. All the news media companies are picking up on this. You know, all these companies are going green. You have GE. Getting in on a company like this before they become profitable is the best way to make the biggest gains that you possibly can.
And what you foresee as the catalyst for this stock surge is going to occur within the next 2 years. As people retrofit, that's how you feel.
Yeah, this company, like I said, they're doing a lot of testing in China. They're starting to work with companies in China. Europe is a huge market for them. The North American market as well. I said they only have about 19 school buses right now that they have these engines in. However, there's about 18,000 school buses across the country on the roads on a normal day. So you have a high potential for that. You have the second largest fleet of vans and trucks that's testing this out. If they start ordering, I mean, this company's profits are going to go out of the roof. It's going to be huge.
Any chance we can get the name of this company for our viewers?
No, I can't. I mean, it's only trading for $7. It is a micro cap. We can't really give the name because we don't want any artificial movement on the stock. But you can learn more about Microcap Hot Sheet and more about this company at the website.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for telling us about the new technology.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Thank you.
To learn more about this and other small and microcap opportunities recommended by Ann to her members of Diligent Investor Microcap Hot Sheet, go to www.microcaphotsheet.com. Please tune in next week for another profitable opportunity on TFN's Smart Trading Action Alert. For TaipanFinancialNews.com, I'm Laura Cadden.